The two people that were top of the pile were Bert and Arnie, so in that respect, big tick to both boxes.
I know what the job's about. I know it's not an easy job, it's a tough job, but I know I'll do a great job this time, and I feel definitely that I'm ready for the job. It's a job that makes me so excited, and I can't wait.
So we've got two national coaches without either having coached the team at the moment. It just seems bizarre.
When you put it like that, it sounds silly, doesn't it?
Okay. Is it silly?
Yeah, of course it's bizarre. I've got friends from overseas, like many people would be, what is going on here? When do you ever hear that? So it is a strange one.
But it's strange for a coach to quit on the eve of a World Cup too.
Exactly. So it's been a series of unusual events, shall we say. They needed to get someone in. Sydney FC didn't want Graham Arnold to go when he was obviously building something at Sydney FC. He has already. They're in the middle of an incredible season once again. And he's done very, very well. He did have a chance. What was it, 2007, 2008, things were a little bit different then. He sort of stepped in as, I guess, almost caretaker at that point as well. I think the culture was very different at that point in the Socceroos. They were coming off 2006, a different bunch of players and maybe some rock stars there, which may not have helped the cause. But as he says himself, he was a different type of manager, maybe a different person at that time. He's come a long way, he's matured a lot and achieved so much and become the most successful A-League coach we've had, which you can't deny, and helped develop. Look at some of the big names at the Mariners that have gone on to play overseas, and Sydney FC are flying at the moment. We'll see if this decision has an impact, though. They did lose to Newcastle Jets, and in the Asian Champions League it hasn't gone to plan, so we'll see.
In terms of the World Cup, are our two Australian coaches, which is to say Ange and now this, he's been a loyal foot soldier of the game for a long time, hasn't he? But are they sending us a message to our World Cup squad that they don't think they're good enough and that they don't really want to coach him at the World Cup?
Crossed my mind too. Put Arnold in that position. Yeah. His reign could easily start with a legacy of failure.
I think they're very much maybe personal, two different cases. With Ange, he wanted to go. He wanted out for, as we know, it's been well documented. He's been on here. He's spoken about it. I think it's unrelated. It's not to do with the players. It was very much a personal decision for him. He needed to go for his personal reasons, as much as the timing, of course.
But if you're a player, if you're a Socceroo, what would you be thinking?
You wouldn't take. I can't see you take. Well, I'd like to think they wouldn't have taken that personally. He did have the respect of at least most of the players, and he did do a lot in terms of man management for them as well. But it's a different story. And Arnie, they're two very different coaches. Ange said he didn't necessarily like what happened with the glare the last year or so. We'll see how Arnie goes with that, because he can be entertaining, he can be very prickly as well. And so we'll see what happens when that intensity gets more from the media.
He's given his life to the sport anyway, from that point of view.
He has indeed.